Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. This is Jenga Njeri. Now, today we have the Matchmaker show. You understand the protocol here. Any other time we have a man on board, the man must be looking for a woman. In the same way, when we have a woman on board, that woman must be looking for a man. But because today we have a man, I will tell you the kind of woman he is looking for. But before then, if you're watching us for the first time, this is the Matchmaker show. We help men and women to get matches. And the moment they get the right ones, they meet their destinies. So you're not lost. If you're new to the show, subscribe, like the video, and don't forget to leave a comment. Also, the contacts of our guest will be on my Facebook page at Jenga Njeri. So you can follow Jenga Njeri on Facebook and you will be getting these updates in real time. Our guest on today's show is Mr. Amos, and he is 48 years old. Again, you could be asking yourself, why is a 48-year-old man single? What kind of a woman is he looking for? And questions like that. The moment we begin to answer those questions, that is the moment you begin to either develop interest or lack of it. Mr. Amos Barasa comes from Kitale, but he is working and living in Nairobi County. He is a father and he is single and searching. Why is he single? Because he is widowed. We have always said that a widower is a man who has lost his wife through death, and the widow is now the female version of a widower. And he lost his wife since 2020 through a road accident. And again, you see, it is very what? It is very hard to ever move on. In fact, people just accept reality that they cannot change things, and after that, maybe they adjust and then they decided to move on. But actually, nobody can really move on after losing their loved one. So he is widowed since 2020. His wife passed on through a tragic road accident. So he's a father of three. One of his children is already married. The second one is in Form 4, and the other one is in Form 2. So he is a father of three. And they live in Syokimau. But he works in Nairobi. You know, Syokimau is in Ukambani, but it's also a very cosmopolitan place. So there are people who call it Nairobi. There are people who say they live in Nairobi, but they live in Syokimau. But when you look at the proximity to the CBD, it's very close. Just like the people who live in Ruiru. People who live in Ruiru say they live in Nairobi. There are people who live in Kahawa Sukari, for instance, Kahawa Wendani, anywhere past Githurai is Kiambu County, but it's classified as Nairobi. Look at the Eastern Bypass. People say those who are in the right in the Ruiru section say they are in Nairobi, but it is the cosmopolitan nature of that place that makes it qualify the name Nairobi, because you can access Nairobi very fast. Okay, people who live in Ngong say they live in Nairobi, but Ngong is in Kajiado County. But again, Ngong is, I think, 20 something kilometers from the Nairobi CBD. So ndio ufike pale vet ukienda Ngong, sijui ni Mbulbul pale vet hapo ukiingia Ngong, it is around 20 something kilometers. And also people who live where, which other place, Rongai, those are cosmopolitan places, very very easy to access the Nairobi CBD. So Bwana Amos Barasa is a single man. He is looking for a wife. He is not willing to add more children. So if you have ambitions to add children, this is a man who is about to clock 50, and he doesn't want to tie himself with the responsibility of bringing more children. So if you're there, you're single and searching, anywhere from the ages of 35 all the way to 60, he says. That's what he says. All the way, you just talked to him through a phone call. And I'm going to share his phone number. Hii yenye imeanza na 0746 inaisha na 05. I'm going to share it on my Facebook page at Jenga Njeri, so that as many as of those who will be interested can get in touch with him. You see, on this show, we do not discriminate people. We give everybody an opportunity. We give everyone a chance to be heard and to enjoy love. So he wants to live and continue working in Nairobi. There are people who would be asking, what does he do for a living? He works in the security department, and he says he's a good man, he's a God fearing man, and therefore it would be ideal if he gets a woman who is God fearing. He says that it would be ideal if he can get a woman who is God fearing, a woman who believes in God, a woman who is not going to discriminate against his own children, because he has three, as I said. But now you see only two of them are with him, because one is already married, okay? One is already settled. I asked him whether he has a problem with people who have children. He said he doesn't have a problem, because he would also not want somebody to have a problem because he has children. So if you want a man who is a lawyer and he comes from Kitale, working and living in Nairobi, this is a man that you can get in touch with. He is very willing, he's very serious, and I've told you he works with the security department, and he says he is able to raise a family. He understands the responsibilities of a man. He knows that to be called head of a family is not just a name, it is not just a title. It is a title that comes with responsibility, and he is up to that responsibility. So he doesn't have a problem if one is having children, because children are blessings. Okay? The only challenge is if somebody wants to add children, or somebody does not have children and would want to add more. That one would be enough for him, because he doesn't want, at his age, he says he will soon clock 50, and it would not be very ideal for him again now to have a child or to add more, because they require a lot of attention, and maybe younger parents can perform better in that department. So Mr. Amos Barasa, and there's a difference between Barasa and Baraza. He is Barasa with an S. So that's the difference. So if you want a lawyer man and he doesn't have a problem with tribe, you could be from any tribe, you could be from any other country. This could be a very ideal match. Until then, this is Jenga Jen. Don't forget to be subscribing to this YouTube channel. Don't forget to like our videos. We say there is no watching without liking. And since then, I realized that people now like, they didn't know that it is important to like when you watch, so you can continue to watch. And to reach our desk, you can always contact my team on +254 712 or if you like 0712 997 660. Until then, God bless you. Bye bye.